By the way, I mentioned that 2007 National League One Grand Final at Headingley during half-time. Only Ryan McGoldrick and Kirk Dixon survived in this Tigers lineup from that particular match. Widnes' last away win of any kind, the 23rd of July last year, 30 points to 16 in Toulouse in the Championship. The last away win in Super League, June the 5th, 2005 at Lee, 34-14. Simon Finnegan hat-trick. Well, Simon Finnegan is off the field here for the Widnes Vikings in this game. He left the field very early in the piece, and I've no doubt we'll be hearing from Rod Studd in a few moments about that and about what was said at half-time. Meanwhile, Rhys Hanbury with a high hanging kick-off that Castleford deal with eventually.
I suppose in many ways, Eddie, is the fact that the Castleford coach Ian Millwood would have been telling his players that we have got over the line on 5 occasions, so they are making the breaks, not finishing them, of course.
Well, yes, they have got over the line, and I think that the fact that they haven't scored will be manna from heaven for Dennis Betts. But the big question, I suppose, is can Widnes keep it going for the next 40 minutes? Will they go home with their first away win of the campaign? Darrell Clark has caused absolute mayhem since he's come on. Oh, and Danny Orr went without it. Well, the referee says play on, does he? Now he blows the whistle a couple of times, and he wants somebody to have a look at something and give him the decision.
Well, was he taken out before he received the ball? That's what he's got to look at as well.
And something then went on with Ryan McGoldrick.
Yeah, he did.
And Widnes have a penalty. He's not waiting for anything, or is he?
Just see what happened with Ryan McGoldrick, will you,
He wants to have a little bit of a natter to someone, is it?
I think there's a possibility he uses the elbow.
It was a shocking pass eventually by Darrell Clark, who did all the wonderful work.
Ryan McGoldrick has used the elbow straight into the throat of Cameron Phelps.
Yeah, he steps, and that's not good.
Is it not Steve Pickersgill? I think that last defender. I think it may be.
You're right, Phil, you're right. It is. It's on report anyway.
Okay.
Could be problems for Ryan McGoldrick. It didn't look good.
No, it certainly raised the right elbow, and we could hear a little bit more about this. It's a shocker.
Well, he stays on the field for the remainder of the match as Widnes come forward and get to halfway and have another penalty that will help them further into Castleford territory, courtesy of the whistle of Steve Ganson.
He wants to have a word with Danny Orr.
Offside. He's going to have a word with Danny Orr, yes.
There's too many loose things happening, mate. I'm asking you, get in touch with him now and try and sort it out. Okay, I'll take action.
Well, they appear to have been all behind him to start with. Not that Widnes will be complaining. That's a good run.
A very good run from Cahill. Yes, Cahill it is.
The problem is that they're not getting up quick enough to sort of take advantage of it. You make a half break like that, you're sucking 3 defenders. You want to show a lot of enthusiasm and get up and play quickly. Now they've done it.
That was better, and Clark will take them to within 5-6 metres of the Castleford line. As Lloyd White goes down the short side to Hanbury. Good tackle needed, and it was a good tackle that came in from Danny Orr. Here's Lloyd White again, Cahill. Solid defence this time now from Castleford. That's the last one, this set of 6 for Widnes. What can they get from this? Short side run, spin and a turn. Is it a try? No, it's a turnover. He's on the spot again, is Steve Ganson. No need to hand it up to Richard Silverwood. He's been almost unemployed today, the video referee. Someone else has as well, Rod Studd, but he's going to talk to us now. Well, maybe he isn't. Rod Studd, we'll find him in a moment.
Hold.
Maybe he's gone home.
Steve Pickersgill, markers.
Here is Nathan Massey. We can't hear Rod Studd. That's a shame. A drive forward now by Jake Emmett.
Why the smile, Eddie?
Well, we all love to hear from Rod. You must do on the Back Chat, a programme that goes out on the web. Good show it is too. Griffin to his feet, plays the ball. Clark, he's caused mayhem, this young man.
Yeah,
he's come on.
He's been the star performer ever since he came off the bench.
And that's the difference, the speed in the play of the ball of these two teams. When Widnes are charging and carrying the ball forward, there isn't much urgency to play it quick. Whereas Castleford, as soon as they do, Darrell Clark is out there threatening the defensive structure of Widnes.
McGoldrick from dummy half gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell then to Ferris. Ferris releases the pass backwards. Cameron Phelps picks up the pieces for Widnes, and the danger's gone. Okay, I think we've put the money in the meter. Rod?
Good afternoon, Eddie.
Well done.
How are you?
I'm good.
As regards to half-time news, Ian Millward asking Castleford to work Widnes over down the middle. I'm not sure that's what he meant with that Ryan McGoldrick incident with the elbow, but that's the tactics. Work them down the middle and improve their kicking game. As far as Widnes is concerned and Dennis Betts, they just want them to minimise the errors and cut out the mistakes. They reckon what they're doing is definitely working. And let me just give you an update on Simon Finnegan. It's been very difficult to diagnose that. They think the leg is not broken. They're pleased to report that, but there's some nasty ligament damage for that incident in the first half.
How did Cahill hang on to that? And here goes Paddy Flynn cutting inside, trying to get away from McGoldrick, and does get away from McGoldrick. Ball then goes into centre field. It's with Lloyd White. He's looking to dump it away as well. Oh, Widnes have a penalty for a high shot.
High shot, and I think he's got it right as the official. But the Castleford defence just melted away, I'm afraid.
Doesn't he do well to keep hold of that ball, Lloyd White? There were some speculators there. Paddy Flynn breaking a number of challenges. And a beautiful ball back inside. Widnes started to throw the ball around a little bit.
Well, they're on an official caution now, Castleford. Next penalty they concede, sin bin. And it's Hanbury, and now Allen. The Castleford defence stands firm, but can it for the next 4 tackles?
Oh, he ripped the ball out and he caught it, did Dave Allen. That's why the referee allowed play on. He was about to give the penalty.
Hanbury again from dummy half. And they prevent him from getting over the line. He's held up in the field of play. Clark is there. Fires the pass. It's Phelps. Good tackle by Brett Ferris. Last one. Mellor, Pickersgill. Solid Castleford defence now, but not the best end to a set, and Dennis Betts knows it too.
He's furious. Well, it was Castleford's turn, wasn't it? They tried to go for the power play. Oh, great work as he's near the touchline, though. Did well to keep in.
Yes, Youngquist did.
Well, both coaches will be furious. Ian Millward, they were way down the other field. They went for the power play rather than the kick. We've just seen Widnes do exactly the same thing. They are not playing to order.
Well, if we attempt to lip read what Dennis Betts said, I think he was questioning where his halfbacks were. The 2 men with a responsibility when you get to the last tackle at that part of the field of making the big decisions on what to do, and they seem to be absent at that point.
Did Reece Hanbury play the ball at the other end, Phil? I think that's where he was.
Cahill was called out by the referee not to get involved, couldn't resist.
Good work
he
again.
He could have picked any of them, couldn't he?
Yeah, but it's good work by Clark, you see. He does that first step and brings on the first receiver.
2 balls.
It's always enticing, isn't it, when a player's coming to you. Should I leave him alone or touch him? On that occasion he touched him.
Clark to Orr. Orr then to Ferris. It's Widnes' turn now to defend. Youngquist. Going for the line, but Widnes stand firm again. Referee shouts held, they'll have to release him. Clark. Orr. And the big man, Emmett. Pulled down, tackle number 3.
I wonder how many Widnes he'll get over the line. I don't think there's one.
Danny Orr gives it then to McGoldrick. He then finds Richard Owen. It's 1-on-1 against Richard Owen. He's held up again. How many decisions is that from Steve Ganson for held up? Half a dozen?
Yep.
4 tackles held up.
Well, how many times have Widnes prevented Castleford from putting that ball down? That's just as admirable.
Well, that's a 4th occasion Richard Owen has been prevented from scoring.
There's broken play opportunities here, though. That's gone forward off Brett Ferris. There was a golden opportunity for Nick Youngquist out wide, and Ferris knows it too.
I think he opted to try to just pat it on. He was under a lot of pressure. The good ball by McGoldrick, and Ferris tried to just lynch it on. There's Owen. 4th occasion, couldn't get it down. Winterstein's in there.
Well, they've had a fortnight to build up to this game, both sides, and I think that Widnes must have been working on defence.
Arms around him, pack in, or we'll have penalties.
Well, to be fair, that's something that they've had to do for most of the season, Eddie.
Well, it is, you're absolutely right. And they've had conceded prior to today 99 tries, 562 points. Dennis Betts knows that. They won't want to end up conceding the most points in a year by any team, but they are in danger of taking that unwanted record away from Halifax, who were absolutely smashed in 2003.
When they win a game, I know it's entertaining. They beat Wigan, didn't they, by 1 point? London scored 38 points. There's certainly some drama and excitement when they get into a tight game, as they are here. And the biggest problem, I think, for the Tigers is a lack of patience. They know they're going to get over the line and score some points, but just depending here now whether the pressure, the expectation of the home supporters is building now, and maybe a little bit of tension to that.
Well, they're running this on the last. That was a knock-on, though, by Winterstein.
Yeah.
Well, he was facing backwards, but he's right. The ball was appearing to go in a backward motion, but it actually went forwards off the end of his fingertips. You'll see it clearly here.
It was a shocking pass. It went behind him, and you always run the risk of that.
Do you know, Phil, I agree with that. And on that last occasion there where Castleford threatened the line, there were 3 possible players that could have caught the ball. I think Lee Mitchell was the closest man to the decision maker. It was if Ryan McGoldrick chose to throw the long pass when the simple option was probably the best one.
Good offload from Hubie to Clark.
Well, he's a kid that can win it, Eddie.
He got it away to Jordan Thompson. He's only making his 3rd appearance of the year. Jordan Thompson, Danny Orr, Jake Emmett.
Well, they're trying to suck in this Widnes defence. Will they do the link? Orr is screaming for it. Probably will get it, and has.
Yes, Orr attacking the line. Oh, and it went off Mitchell's chest. Another knock-on.
It's poor play.
A penalty-a-thon and a knock-on-a-thon.
Yeah, that was poor play, and he knows it. See how they utilised the dummy runner there, and it was actually going forward. Oh, and there's the first one when they held him up. Then he wanted number 2. Scrambled back, prevented. Here's number 3. Couldn't do it. Sensational stuff.
Good defence from Widnes, it really has been. And Richard Owen could have had a hat-trick, only for that. Christine's gone down under that challenge.
The big problem for Widnes now is, can they get into a good field position to apply some sort of attacking pressure? It's been difficult for them.
Joe Mellor trying to poke his nose through the defence, spun to the ground by Lee Mitchell. Here's Cahill again. They just got over the halfway line. Wasn't Cahill, my apologies. It was McGrath Luluwai. And the kick finds touch over on that far side from Hanbury.
They're playing the percentage now, Widnes. They realise, and I'm sure that Dennis Betts, their coach, has said, look, it's been difficult to get into any field position. Let's put the kick through. Let's get this defence solid and try to force the error.
It's stop-start time of the year, this, for the Stobart Super League. Next week, the spotlight again switches to the Challenge Cup. Huddersfield London is the live quarter-final we've got for you. Sunday, Sky Sports 2 HD at 5.
1, hold, go, yeah.
After that, we return and we'll have a good run at the Super League right the way through to July. And we've got a cracking weekend coming up for you after the Challenge Cup weekend. Huddersfield Wigan on the Friday and the start of our Monday nights. Leeds Saints and Magic Weekend, of course, coming up as well later on in May at the Etihad Stadium. Will it be the home of the Premier League champions? The Etihad Stadium, the City of Manchester Stadium as we used to know it. 08 444 777 113 is the number for any information you might need, or there's the website address at the Rugby League. And here is the young man that has just come on. It's Thompson who scores for Castleford. Broke through, had plenty of Widnes players behind him in his wake. Jordan Thompson, a bright young talent, this man. Thought that he will thrive under Ian Millward. And Jordan Thompson thrown in off the bench, the 20-year-old. Gets over, that's his first try of the season. And as you see, his first try since last September.
Good effort as well. Good solid upper body strength here. Get out of the way. No one went for the legs. He takes full advantage. Nice little skip. knows he's going to get over. That is wonderful by the youngster. Bang, they should have got him. You can see there that Lloyd White at least should have gone for the legs, but take nothing away from this kid. And won't he enjoy that?
Well, he will enjoy it, and the Castleford Tigers will enjoy it as well, because Orr should slot this conversion over, and it will give them some breathing space. It's now 16-8, and you wonder whether all that desperate defence from Widnes will take its toll late in the match. It's been tremendous, but it is energy sapping.
Well, it was just an error, wasn't it? Back on the inside, they had the numbers there, and Dennis Betts will be furious that not one of them went for the legs. When you've got 2 in attendance in defence, one of you's got to make a decision to go low. Oh, what a great
take from Ben Cross.
Brilliant. He never took his eyes off that ball for 1 second. Great.
And he's left a Castleford man down in his wake. Here is Winterstein.
2 down, leg injury there, 2.
I think it's Danny Orr. It is, and I think a knee may have connected into base of the spine.
Oh, what a take that was. It was a very, very high kick.
Richard.
Look at Ben Cross.
Richard.
Amazing.
Just runs straight through him, basically. Eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. Everything's right, but that is wonderful from Cross.
Oh, he's hurt him, and
It's very painful for Danny Orr.
I think a stray knee. He's such a big man, isn't he, Ben Cross? He's such a small half-back, Danny Orr. But he's tough.
No, on the mark.
You know, prop forwards can't score many tries. They don't often score many tries, but they can change games. I've seen Jamie Peacock do it sometimes with his tackles or runs for the lead side over the last 5 years. And Ben Cross has attempted to do it here for Widnes. He knows with them at 8 points behind, just over 25 minutes left in this game, Widnes had to find some inspiration. He's certainly provided it now and given his team a chance to strike back, but they haven't been particularly dangerous on the Tigers' line. Can they execute any better here now with this possession?
Danny Orr is reluctant to leave the field. He's the captain of the Tigers, of course.
I think he's staying on, Eddie.
He is staying on. That's what I say. Reluctant to go off. They're going to go down towards where Danny Orr is defending. See him holding his back. He's in real trouble. This is Hanbury.
He can hardly walk, Danny Orr. He's just a passenger out there.
Lloyd White. That's great defence from Castleford. We've mentioned it so many times about Widnes, but that's tremendous defence from the Tigers there. Here is Dave Allen.
Well, it surprised me that they've gone this way rather than attempt to go to the injured Danny Orr. They may do on this occasion. He's limping his oar.
Lloyd White couldn't get the ball out. Millington and Clark saw to that. Oh, and he tries the offload. He's got the offload away. That's a knock on. They're going to have it back, Castleford.
Just like he did a moment or two before, Lloyd White holds the ball out in 2 hands, trying to find an offload, unable to bring it back in, and the correct decision again by Steve Ganson. Having a great game.
He's limping away is Danny, and he's seen his side get a penalty here. Dave Allen was too high.
Yeah, he felt it as well. Well, a lack of discipline at a vital moment.
He's high on Youngquist, and he's on one leg, basically.
Come on, hold. Go.
This is Craig Hubie. That was Clark, got it away to Emmett. It was a good tackle by John Clark.
Yeah.
Darryl Clark, Danny Orr.
He's got to go off.
Yes, he's held the hand up. He's held the hand up. He said, I can't stay.
And he knows that it could be a negative if he stays out there.
McGoldrick, and here is Richard out again.
Nearly lost it as well.
McGoldrick once more. Castleford with the sense of victory. Here's the try scorer, the latest one, Jordan Thompson. Last one, Orr goes off.
Little kick into the in goal. That's good.
That's what it did.
The only problem is there was only one man in a Castleford shirt knew what was happening, and that was Darryl Clark.
The rest of his team for Widnes.
Sorry, Eddie, but the rest of his team really should have anticipated that on the last.
Well, who's going to dominate those decisions now that Danny Orr isn't on the pitch? Darryl Clark, obviously a 9. You've also got McGoldrick on the pitch, who plays that maverick-type role. He's not much of a game manager. You might see the ship and the Castleford ship just a little disorientated for the next spell.
Defending well though now.
And all of a sudden the wind's got up.
High from Mellor, it's hanging. Oh, and nobody fancied it. They get it in the end, courtesy of Griffin. That was forward. And the referee and touch judge agree.
Widnes ball, okay.
Well, the Vikings won't start many sets, Eddie, inside they see the flick forward pass. They're not going to start many sets this close to the Tigers line, I don't think, in the remaining 23 minutes. They've got to now start to convert this either into more pressure or sooner or later some points. Which one of the Vikings can find a break? They haven't made many this afternoon.
Only 2 wins on this ground in the last 20 years, Widnes Vikings. Marsh looking to find a hole in the Castleford defence. Wasn't evident, played the ball though to Clark. Here goes Cross.
And again, the Tigers' defence very well disciplined. Nobody's out of that line. They're moving up as a unit.
Hanbury to Winterstein. Big Frank trying to get his way forward. Thought about the offload, held on. Even though Phelps was there, he was pushed out of the way. Dummy half by John Clark. Hanbury gives it to Clark again. Here's Cahill. Good defence from Castleford this. Now then, they've got 2 tackles left. Widnes, can they do something with it? Mellor gets it away. On the bounce, it finds itself going into the arms of Stephen Marsh, but once again, Hubie's there on the last tackle. Here is Mellor, tried to stab it in. Oh, that's easy. Picked up by Brett Ferris. Given then to Nick Youngquist, who is too quick for Mellor, who is too quick for Widnes, who will score the try for Castleford.
He didn't put it down. I'm sure he did not put the ball down.
He didn't put that down.
He goes over the line, and I'm with you, Barry. I don't think that it touched the ground.
But it's too late now because the referee has given the try. Nick Youngquist from one end of the field to the other. He's got some speed. He's just scored his 6th try, but did he put this ball on the deck?
I don't think he did.
Yes, he did.
I told you put it down. It looked for one moment, then I thought, oh, has he put it down? Well, Ferris just got the ricochet. He knew he didn't have the legs. This guy did, though. Shut the gate. Ooh, and then just got it down at the last moment. Well, you take your chances. It was a poor little kick, the dink into the in-goal area. Ferris laid it on, and the winger did the rest. And you could very well see that some of the Widnes players' heads go down.
Hubie, a prop forward who can kick goals. He's kicked 126 in his career. He's now just kicked 127. And maybe he's kicked Castleford into an unassailable lead. 22 points to 8. Nick Youngquist the try, and Craig Hubie the conversion. An hour of the game gone, 20 minutes remaining. Can Widnes rescue this? They're after Cross again to collect the high kick, and Owen saw him coming, and Owen sidesteps a few. Can't get through Cameron Phelps though, and he's got them though to halfway on tackle number 1.
Good run by Josh Griffin as well. If you realise that on that blind side, Widnes were struggling to get their defensive pattern lined up. They're sucking them in, surely they'll get the link. Jordan Thompson screaming for it.
Clark to Jones. Jordan Thompson marshalling his troops down this left-hand side. That's the way he thinks they're coming, and they are. McGoldrick flicks it back to Richard Owen. Ferris is held up. Last tackle here for Castleford. Owen trying to stab it to the in-goal area, and all that effort wasted.
Yeah, not the best option, not the best kick either. And it just shows you the problem that Castleford will have with the absence of their skipper, Danny Orr.
And no Rangi Chase.
Yeah, but he would have been the major man there, Eddie, to ensure that he put a good kick in that would apply that pressure, put a lot of problems in the defence of Widnes.
Well, how is Danny Orr, Rod?
In a good way, Eddie, to be honest with you, and he's having enough difficulty just sitting down. That's how painful it is. Right in the small of his back, really heavily iced up. We saw the instant when Ben Cross cleaned him out, catching that kick-off. And interesting that Ian Millwood, after that try by Nick Youngquist, called Ryan McGoldrick and Darryl Clark over to have a really in-depth word of what he expects from those two playing as makeshift halfback.
It's Joe Mellor against the entire Castleford defence. And Richard Owen came up trumps.
Sadly, there was no support. Oh, and there's another problem. Oh, no, he's okay. Oh, and I thought perhaps he was injured.
Well, they have the man on the overlap wide. That was a terrible pass. Cahill, it's on the last. Widnes are running this. And they're going to turn over possession, I think. Oh, the referee just asked what tackle this is.
Hand over.
I just said, what tackle's this? He shouted five. I think he's asking Richard Silverwood. The video referee to have a little word in his ear, or maybe his touch judge.
I thought he was asking the players then. And we are in danger. No, you're right. He has had an eventful game, but Widnes had probably the best chance of this second half. And Hep Cahill, the number 12 for Widnes, he's been involved in absolutely everything. Run his blood to water today for Widnes.
They had the man on the overlap wide, though, and had the pass been better...
It was a shocker,
yeah,
and they know it, and they've missed an opportunity.
Come on. Go, yeah.
Whereas the occasions that Tigers have had the chance, they've taken them.
Hold. Good, Dave.
It's just roll up and kick and chase now.
Apart from the 5 times they've been caught over the line.
Yeah.
McGoldrick just thumps it over the top. Far too deep.
I don't think they'd be too upset with that. They can get on that.
His face seems to indicate he wasn't very impressed with it.
Yeah, but the way that this lineup of defence has been, it's been pretty solid. You know, Ian Millwood would be extremely pleased with it.
So time's running out for Widnes, but Ian Millwood will be delighted with this. It'll end a run of 3 defeats for them if they hang on for the victory, and the odds must be in their favour now.
Well, the visitors realise they've got to start throwing this ball around with gay abandon. They've got to take a few more chances instead of just the one up and hope for the kick.
There's Willie Isa. Christine, all wrapped up by 2. Again, it's the last one. Charged down by Clark. That's going to be 6 to go.
Well, could this be the turning point to allow the visitors to get into this game?
A lot of coaches are not very impressed with the charge down, and you can see there the reason why. Because Widnes get the ball back 20 metres away from the line, and they're on the front foot here with Allen. Well, Allen's pass was not picked up in the end by Luluai, but then he did get it, but they lose momentum.
Yeah, and so often in the second stanza, you've seen that Widnes, poor passing has put a lot of pressure, and that was forward a mile.
Well, who would be a coach when your team is at the bottom of the table? He must go through the horrors each and every week, Dennis Betts.
Just a shocking pass, it's as simple as that, you know, and Rhys Hanbury has got enough experience to be able to put in something better than that. He'll be disappointed with that. He's tried hard, but...
And nobody in the right mind should think that Dennis Betts or Ian Millwood coaches players to put forward passes in like that. So Dixon is underneath all of that for Castleford. He plays the ball. Here's Jake Emmett again.
2, move, hold, go.
I think Castleford will believe that... Oh, and Ferris gave it a bit of a tackle from the invisible man then. But I think Castleford will believe that this game is theirs now to lose.
Yeah, they've just got to control it, and Ian Millwood, he's got enough experience to be able to get that message out to them, even though they are missing the man that keeps ticking over, Danny Orr. But this fellow will take over, McGoldrick.
That's a better kick.
Onside!
What's the chase like? It's pretty good. Look at it, all in one line. Boy, it's been impressive by the Tigers.
It certainly has the second half.
Come on! Hold! Go!
Phelps and Willie Isa.
I mentioned it before, Eddie, the Widnes side now, you know, the time is running out. They've got to strike, you know, the little chip over the top. Richard Owen is anticipating it. He has not gone back. Looking for maybe the dribble through or the chip over the top. Now he'll go back.
Crosses at halfway. Clark gets the ball away. Did that bounce off the legs of Cahill? No, according to Steve Ganson.
I think he just dragged the fingertips across his thigh.
John Clark sees the markers aren't square. He probably should have given that ball first time.
This time, pal.
There's the offload. Yeah, I think he's got it right. I think it touches the hand of Cahill.
Okay. Pack it in, lads.
Cahill.
Come on, work hard, move, back to tens.
He's only missed a couple of games this year. The
come on, get your head in.
former New Zealand Maori.
Right, Ben. Oi, get inside. Cass, tight. Okay, come on, Ryan. Oh.
Ferris again. Flicks it back for Youngquest. Cahill was waiting for him. McGoldrick, Clark and Mitchell. Rounded on halfway.
That's smart work, you know, from the youngster Daryl Clark. He's not going into dummy half all the time. Sometimes he's taking first receiver. So he's taking a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. He's had a fine game as well.
QB offloads to Clark. Mitchell, McGoldrick, Ferris. So he's gone inside one defender. Gets the pass away. Richard Owen. No, again he's denied. Ball sped out wide. Youngquest. That'll win it. Second try for Nick Youngquest. Was there a foot in touch? Was there a foot in touch? That is the big question. If this is given, I think Castleford will win for the first time in 3.
I think he gets it down okay. Oh, it's up in the air, and this will be given. Fine finish, Nick Youngquest.
Stylish finish.
Second try in the second stanza. Confirmation. TRY, there it is. And the Tigers, they're all smiles.
Yes, Nick Youngquest with the try. He got 12 tries from 16 appearances last season. And that's his second try here tonight, taking his 2012 tally to 7.
Beautiful long pass out wide. You can see that they caught the Widnes defence. But it was a great run, you know, by Ferris that put them in this position. And the little offload back on the inside. Great work by the hooker. And what a wonderful finish. He'll be looking for the hat-trick. And I suppose in many ways, he'll be happy. The captain, Danny Orr, still suffering from the problem with the back. Well, I think now we can pose the question, Eddie. Will Richard Owen score a try today? He's tried his damnedest.
Could have had 4, couldn't he?
Doesn't look like it's his day. It was a wonderful line from Brett Ferris. Brilliant offload back inside, and he still couldn't get the ball down.
Third change of kicker for Castleford. This is Dixon. Off the post and out. 26 points to 8. 10 minutes to go. Possibly a bridge too far for Widnes, I think.
I think it is, yeah. I'm more looking here now from a Castleford perspective. 12 months ago, they were a side in the playoffs, dropping down the league. They'd learned to do it the opposite way, won't they, this season here now? I reckon they'd have to win 10 of the remaining 14 games. Widnes get possession here. But the way they're playing, the confidence back inside, and the most impressive thing for me today, the defence has been rock solid. Very impressive. If they can defend like this in the remainder of the season, they've got a chance of climbing that league table.
That's what he hopes, Ian Millwood. Just wanted the win to steady the ship.
It's also the discipline that they've shown. They've been talking to each other. They really have worked hard as a unit. And I suppose it was a magical thing, the way that Ian Millwood threw out into the fray. Daryl Clark off the bench. He certainly changed the complexion of the Tiger attack.
Of course, last year Castleford were distracted by their run to the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup. This year there is only one item on the agenda, And they've had their distractions, of course, because of the personal tragedy that surrounded their coach. But gradually, on the evidence of today, getting the campaign back on track. And, well, Lee said soonest mended about that, I think.
Yeah, he
not
thought
the best.
He thought it was the dummy runner. And I often say there's no such thing as a dummy runner. You've got to think that you're going to get the ball at every occasion, and Dave Allen came up with the error.
Well, there was too much weight on that pass. If you're running at that line, eyes wide open, expecting that ball, you need the weight of the pass to be perfect and float it in front of where the spaces are. Bit of trouble at the scrum here.
Yeah, I think someone tried to strike.
I think it was a prop forward, though. Richard Owen takes that particular tackle. Only scored 6 tries so far this season. He might have doubled that tally today. Morris now trying to get them going down the right-hand side.
Play on.
I think it's play on, and it's back to 0 in the tackle count. Yes, here is Thompson. And Thompson, he was told to go forward by Lee Mitchell.
And it was a good quick play of the ball. That's got to be a penalty.
It is.
And that's been the difference between the two sides, is the ability to catch out the slow Widnes markers. Play the ball quickly, set off. It's got to be. Not square.
And it's not just the missed tackles. And again, you've talked about the play the ball there, Steve-O. The sequential peel, so the third man in gets up, then the second man, so they've got 2 markers set and ready to do the defensive work. That's where Widnes perhaps will have to spend some time this week.
Grant Millington has taken them to a wonderful position on the first tackle. Here's McGoldrick. Owen! He wants to score, doesn't he? He's desperate. Gets the ball away to Clark. Back it comes here. Wide to Youngquest. It's a hat-trick for Nick Youngquest. It's 2 points for the Castleford Tigers. No doubts at all now. 2 weeks ago, the slot went to Warrington, conceded 10 tries, lost 54 points to 6. And certainly in the second half, having turned round just 10-8 ahead, they've kept Widnes pointless, and they've run in 4 tries of their own. And Nick Youngquest getting the last 3. It's the complete hat-trick, 1, 2, 3, and Youngquest with the try.
Yeah, good option. Keep the ball spinning. And you can see Richard Owen. The offload was superb, and I must say that Ferris makes it very easy for the man to get his hat-trick. And no doubt Nick Youngquest will walk back to this fella that offloaded, Richard Owen, and said, that's how it's done, son.
Well, there's a lesson for the winger. Paddy Flynn turned his back on that. When the offload came, just watch him here. He thinks the play is dead, turns round, and then holy moly, the ball's still alive.
Well, it's been an impressive performance by quite a few of the Castleford players. I mentioned already that as soon as Darryl Clark came off the bench, he sparked them. But in the centre, Brett Ferris, I think, has been outstanding, both in attack and defence, and it's now running away with it. It's a pretty heavy scoreline that into the 30s. Can he stretch with the extra 2?
Dixon. No, he's dragged it the wrong side of the post, but despite that miss, Castleford have now won their last 4 home meetings against Widnes in Super League. I know that they have been interspersed with 7 years Widnes out of the top flight.
Well, I think I'm right in saying that the Tigers' next Super League game is against Hull Kingston Rovers. I think it's over there in at New Craven Park, and it would have to be a game that the Tigers win if they want to make it to the playoffs, because simply the Rovers themselves are one of those teams competing for that 8th spot. There's a battle now, and you know, sometimes teams get on a roll, they build some momentum. They've played well here today, and the confidence returning. Craig Hubie has returned to start in the match, and they could try and build something here now in the second half of 2012.
Yeah, it's a vital match, Phil, for Castleford. You're right, Hull KR just outside the 8, the end of round 13. If they can go there and win, Castleford will believe. This is Jake Emmett driving the ball to the 40-metre mark. And McGoldrick with a little dab over the top, and well, who wants it? Seemed that nobody did for a moment. Widnes have it back. Just a word, by the way, about Nick Youngquest, who's just scored the hat-trick try. We make it his first hat-trick for Castleford, and we think it's the first hat-trick by a Castleford player against Widnes in post-war football. So that's a significant milestone for the winger Nick Youngquest here. 4 minutes remaining. The result is not in doubt. Castleford end this losing sequence of theirs. For Widnes, well, plenty to admire in parts of this game. It's been a curate's egg of a match for them, really. Good in parts, but I'm afraid, again, they've been found wanting.
Well, their biggest problem was getting that field position, Eddie, and that is a poor kick. Well taken by the man that's got the hat-trick.
They're built.
That's got to be a penalty.
There's
silly play.
There's a penalty. They're building, of course. They have this season and 2 more Widnes. That incident, by the way, is on report. But they have a couple of seasons. They've got 3 years in total to build a force in Widnes. The big problem, Phil, for Dennis and Steve O'Connor, Paul Cullen, when the club is sitting at the foot of the table, shipping in points, can't win matches. How do you persuade top stars to come and join you? You've got to get your checkbook out, haven't you?
I suppose they have, and they've been unfortunate again. I go back to the point that Anthony Watts is a player we haven't seen in Super League this year, but had he been on this field, I firmly believe that the Vikings would have scored at least 2 or 3 tries. They've had some great field position in this second half, close to the Tigers' try line, but didn't have a player with the ability of unlocking the Tigers' defence.
Yes, Anthony Watts has been a massive loss for the club. Here is Ferris. He hasn't played at all, has he? Played pre-season, didn't he? I think, or did he play like 10 minutes?
He came on for one game, didn't he? He came on for one game and then went off injured, and sadly with another serious knee injury. And his Vikings teammates doing it tough right now.
They are on the defending here. Oh, he's gone in again. There's Darrell Clark, his second try. And that really does rub a bit of salt into the Widnes wound. They're just absolutely on their knees now, Widnes in defence. All that tackling, all that scrambling, it's taken its toll late on. And in this second half, it's been really one-way traffic in terms of scoring tries. That's the 5th try that Castleford scored in the second 40. And it's a victory now, and by some margin as well.
Well, you can see the defensive pattern. One went forward, the rest didn't have the legs to do anything else. Reece Hambrick, he went forward, the others just hung back. It was easy in the end. They are very tired.
It's Cameron Phelps, Steve-O, that's an air defender there. He's the fullback. He's got to follow the ball, maybe anticipating that it's going to go a little bit wider, but that space, that opportunity by Darrell Clark was just too sweet not to take. Another kicker. They're all having a go.
This is obviously the training run for the kickers at Castleford. Well, Griffin has given himself a chance to get the job. 36-8. He adds the extra 2 points. We've had Hubie, we've had Orr, we've had Dixon, and now we've had Griffin kicking the goals. There's the try scorer, though, Darrell Clark, only 19 years of age. There's so much thought about this young man, but he's only made 4 starts this year. But coming off the bench today, he has had quite an impact.
Scrum Widnes.
And I think Widnes have found the touchline on that far side, and it's going to be their head and feet at the scrum, which is, of course, going to happen 40 seconds or so away from the end of the match.
Eddie, you've made a good point about Widnes possibly spending some money on some quality players, but one thing Steve O'Connor has said, if the crowds turn up, I think the figure is 7,000. He said if we get 7,000 people regular, then we'll spend a cap.
Stefan is going in for a try, a consolation try for Widnes. Stefan Marsh, the second touchdown of the year, season-long loan he's on from Wigan. It's merely consolation, hence the lack of celebration. There's nothing to celebrate when you're 36-8 down and you just got in for the last try of the match.
If his pass had found Joe Mello in the first half, you know, things could have been differently. Here's the kickoff. They've tried a few times, haven't they? A variety of options to get the ball back. The scoreboard tells them they've lost, but they don't believe it yet. They've got the ball from the scrum, and some great pace here, and in and away from a centre. skips around his outside, holds the ball in two hands to show it to the winger, keeps off that defender and dives over closer to the try line. It's even, you know what, it shows that the side have got some potential. They do need to continue with this belief.
And the fact of the matter is, what you cannot say about this Widnes team under any circumstances is that they simply throw the towel in. They are trying their hardest.
Yeah, they give it 100%, don't they? And to be fair, we all know that Widnes, it's a learning curve, isn't it? It's not going to be within the next 2 years. It's going to probably take 5 years.
Well, it's a return to the winner's circle for Richard Owen and the Castleford Tigers and his coach Ian Millwood. But Widnes, I'm afraid, the battle continues. The learning curve continues. They'll be relieved, the Castleford supporters. It's a very good second half display from them. Stephen Marsh will send Widnes home with memories of the last try of the match, but it's another big defeat for them, 36 points to 12. Brett Ferris, who started the fun in the 13th minute, he's the man of the match. He's talking here to Rod.
Brett, well done, man of the match. There's a bottle of champagne for you to celebrate with your teammates. Listen, it's been a tough few weeks for the Tigers, hasn't it, with the cup defeat and all. This win must put a few smiles back on the faces.
Yeah, it definitely does. Obviously building right way now. Two disappointing losses in the last couple of weeks, so we've had a lot of time to prepare for this, and we've targeted this one as a good win, so we're really happy with what will happen.
Been a lot of disruption, players playing out of position. I mean, you're a second row by trade, playing in the centre, half-backs, chase out, suspended, Danny all going off injured. Tough that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. We've got a small squad, but we're all mucking in together and working hard, so it's really pleasing to get a good result like this, especially down at home for the fans, really.
The playoff places are still a little way away, but it's still possible, isn't it? You've got to believe that you can get to that top 8.
Yeah, we're pretty sure if we carry on being consistent and working hard, we'll get there.
There's £100 for the charity of your choice. Brett, can you tell us where you'll send that for us?
Prince of Wales Hospice in Pontefract.
Lovely, thanks, well played, Brett. Let's bring in Nick Youngquest to finish things off very nicely with a hat-trick in 3 tries in quick succession. Always good to score, Nick.
Yeah, mate, it's always good to get over the line. Just good for the team, you know, put in a performance for 80 minutes, and that's what we've been working on, you know, for most of the year. And to do it today, you know, in front of our home fans, it's been a disappointing, you know, sort of month. So it's good to get a bit of consistency.
I know there was a spectacular one down that touchline there, but the last one with the Richard Owen offload was a good try, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought Richard Owen was outstanding today, and Daz Clark, you know, all the boys as well. I thought Widnes threw a lot at us, you know, and I think D held up, so that was good.
It's good when they've got these young players like Derek, like you just mentioned there, coming through, and you know there's a good future. We know there's a production line of young players at Cast, don't we?
Yeah, there's loads of them coming through, mate. It's good for the club, and it's good for the future of the club, you know. So it's you know, hopefully, obviously, it's been well documented that the club, you know, needs to move forward on the stadium and all that sort of stuff. But the playing roster and that for the years to come is certainly in check. So
I know there's a little break now because you're not in the Challenge Cup, but I think it's Hull KR next, which is a very big game, isn't it? If you want to make a playoff bid.
Yeah, it's always tough going to Craven Park as well. So we'll be looking forward to you know, trying to get a bit of consistency with our season and playing well.
Right on, Nick. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks very much, mate.
Well, Nick Youngquest with the hat-trick. Ian Millwood has presided over their highest score, Castleford Tigers of 2012. And we say that Widnes are working hard. So too is this man. So too are the Castleford Tigers to try and propel themselves up that table into playoff contention. 36